Hey guys, it's Lemming Rush. I haven't made a low tier video in a while, so today I'm going to be showing you how I play scout tanks in the mid tiers. Alright, so today's video is going to be focused around playing scouts on maps that aren't good for scouting, which is, to be honest, most maps in this game. But basically, we're on the map Mountain Pass. This is live, of course, so you'll get to see me react to the situation as it unfolds. The first thing you want to do in a light tank if you're on Mountain Pass is to understand, especially if you're top tier, like, you don't want to be scouting, in my opinion. Generally speaking, I do not suggest scouting at the beginning of a game on a map like Mountain Pass, because when you're in your top tier lights on this map, you actually have a lot of capacity. So what you're going to find is if you're on a map like Mountain Pass, you're going to be very useful in your light tanks right at the beginning of the game. If you're top tier, you'll be useful in the middle of the game, and then you can also be like overpowered towards the end of the game, because being on a map like Mountain Pass, you can drive around the entire map and flank someone in less than a minute. So that's kind of like the objective. It's going to be useful throughout the entire game, not get ourselves killed, and then carry, like, put ourselves in a position to carry if we need to. Now, the position I like to take on this map, let's see what's happening here. The position I like to start off on this map is right about here, because it lets you look in this direction to see if anyone's being an idiot and driving into the open. And then what I'll do is I'll drive down to K3 or so. And I'll do this in my top tier mediums when I'm playing tier 10 tanks too. K3 is a really strong position if you want to be able to move around. So I'm going to go to K3. We're going to look for shots on anyone who's over here. It's going to be defensive. We're going to have to wait a while. And probably what's going to happen, because this is low tier, is we're going to end up getting information, because we're scouting by being the front lines. We are literally the front lines right now. And then we're going to have to make a play. So I would expect us to lose this side if, well, we'll see how many they send here. So obviously there's no one in front of me. This is low tiers. Tanks are faster at low tiers, so you'd kind of expect them to be there. Probably what they're doing is the same thing that my teammates are doing. You'll notice we've got teammates camping back here who basically can't shoot at anyone right now. So it wouldn't surprise me if the enemies are like camping at G1 right now, waiting for something to happen. And because nothing's been spotted, they move up, because like that's how low tiers work. Okay, so I'm in this position where I've got a T-3485M in front of me, and that Type 64 who's driving around like a maniac. I obviously don't want to engage a T-3485M, like, by myself. Jesus. Fuck. That cost me HP. I don't want to be engaging a 3485M by myself, because that thing's broken and there's not much that I can do about it. He also is likely to have support, so, like, as this T-34 found out, he does have support. I loaded gold for the 3485M. I'm just going to assume I'm unspotted or so by now. That guy stopped. I kind of think I'm unspotted. And the reason I think that I'm unspotted is because of this bush right here. So obviously that guy's not returning fire. I can kind of just keep doing that. And this is where this position becomes really useful. Now, as that KV2 moves up, I'm going to watch that guy, because as he moves up, he's going to start to, well, distract this guy, put pressure on me, and I can actually get shots on him as he becomes more aggressive. So he's looking... I made the assumption that he was going to be watching the 3485, and it turns out he shot at the Stugs, so there's that. Now I think that a tank is going to be pushing up here to try to flank this 3485, so I'm going to peek and check, and there you go. And these are just kind of micro plays. Like, I know the timing. Basically what happened is, by me looking at the KV2, it showed that I was, like, no one was controlling this line, and the enemies generally will move up if there's nothing happening, because they're bored and this is low tiers. And so you can kind of take advantage of that. If you go dark for a couple seconds, it's very common for people to try to push up. Now I noticed that we are in the enemy base. There's a 14 TP, I don't know what the hell that is, behind us. I really don't care about the 14 TP. My biggest concern right now is that, well, I think this game's going to go well, because, well, we're holding off 4 tanks. We've got 3 tanks in their base. It's going to be 3 more soon. And there you go. Once again, I went dark, and now the enemies push up, and because of this guy's because of his play in my position, he can die. So this is one of those positions that really works well if you're being defensive. This KV2 is on the move, and we all know how great KV2s are at shooting on the move. So I'm going to make sure my pokes are relatively short, and I'm just going to try to cover this 3045's flank, because, like, that's going to be required. Now, with that 3045M, that changes things because obviously I can't poke on this corner anymore, so I'm going to play this one. That's a 67 who hit me. I'm okay with, like, how do I say it? It is what it is. There's, like, he only hit me for 167 or whatever. So now that he's lit, I'm going to look for shots. I'd rather shoot at the KV2 right there. The KV2 is a one shot. Maybe I can, fuck. Okay, that's bad. That changes things. Okay, this guy's going to drive into me and snapshot and miss. The KV2's a one-shot, so I'm going to load heat. I'm looking for him. There he is. Get the kill. Good enough. And how are we doing on the north side? That's good. Probably the 3040. I'm going to make sure, like, I suspect that the 3045M has loaded HE. We know he hasn't gone back to base because the SU doesn't see him. He kills that guy. I've got 8BCR loaded. The 67's gone back. I actually would have expected him to push into me, but obviously he didn't, and that's pretty much the game. So that's 1900 damage, and we'll go take a look at the end plates. That's like literal brawling in light tanks, and that's going to be very frequent. You're going to have to make micro plays like that, especially in low tiers where the fights are really close to your enemies, and you know, you're just going to have to get used to that. Now I'm going to chase down that 14 TP. We're probably going to cap out. The 14 TP, looking at this current situation, only could have gone one direction, I guess. Like, we crossed the bridge, so I know he's either gone like this or like this, and probably he's going for Artie, assuming he's not an idiot. So I'm going to go right back to base, and we're going to go after Artie, like protect Artie. Oh, I was wrong. He went to reset. So we'll see if he manages that, and if he doesn't, the game will be over. All right, that was a high caliber 1901 damage. Came first on the team for damage. We did roughly 2 times more than the next guy, which is awesome. The 3045 did a great job, and the rest of the team managed to help us win, so that's great. 31,000 credits earned. On to the next. Jesus, dude, matchmaking is doing me a favor here. Here I wanted to make a video on maps that you can't scout on. Mountain Pass and then Runeberg. This is perfect, though, because it's exactly what I wanted. Now, one thing, once again, we are not, well, in this game we're not top tier, but we can still leverage the fact that we're a tier 6 light tank, positioned as a medium tier, specifically because of the fact that they don't really have any tier 7 heavies. So basically what I mean by that is I can play anywhere on the map and get away with it if I'm not an idiot about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 0 line to open up. I want to get some sort of information to see who's going to the 0 line, because this is low tier. Scouting becomes, or how do you say it, early game scouting becomes really valuable in low tiers because people are worse than they are at tier 10, and they're harder to predict. Bad players are way harder to predict than good players. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be literally, I'm just going to go up to one of these bushes right here. We're going to find out who goes to the field. Assume anyone who isn't in the field went city, with the exception being TDs, because obviously we're probably not going to spot TDs right off the bat. Now, looking at the enemy team lineup, I know they've got an SP1C. SP1C is likely to be doing the same, even though you probably wouldn't want to be scouting in an SP1C, but he's likely to be doing the same. So I'm going to make sure I go near buildings. And we're going to see, try not to die at least. I know there, yeah, tree went down right there. So that's a TD probably. There's a 3045M. No one's playing aggressively in these buildings. Obviously these bushes will have blocked off anything in this area for me to see. But because I saw that tree fall down, I'm not going to be more aggressive with my scouting, because if I, how do I say it? I assumed the SP1C was going to play the mid-ridge. So I didn't go to the mid-ridge because I don't want to get YOLO'd because of my stats or whatever. So I went to where I was. I saw the tree falling down, and I'm not going to push up knowing that they've got stuff on the 0 line, because if I get lit, it's not going to be worth it. Now, this guy's moved up, and that's changed the situation for me because he'll see anyone who's over there. So I can now move up. We're going to look for shots on this Cromwell, get the kill. Now I'm going to drive forwards just in case I was spotted there, even though the bush is solid. And now I've got rear shots on anyone who's in the mid, which is absolutely fantastic. Now the biggest threat here is that an enemy drives up the 0 line, spots me, and then puts a shot into me. I'm a light tank, so that's difficult to deal with. I think it's unlikely. We do have that Stug there who will probably see that play if it comes up. There you go. There's that SU moving up. So the Stug is able to see that. We get the kill on the SP1C, and now we're going to focus down the SU because the goal is going to be to clear out the field as quickly as possible, then go kill Artie, and of course 2 TDs on the 0 line, so it has not been a mistake to stay unlit. Now, once this guy dies, the next step is to decide on if I want to push up, and I'm going to push up because T37 killed Stug. Am I an idiot? T-37 killed Stug. So they have a T-37 in the field. That's what that means. And they also obviously have the Stug right there. And you can see the T-37 on the map. He's the light tank to my right. So we're going to have to focus him down, because if I push up with this guy here, that's a problem. Now this Stug's going to spot me. This is a shitty position to be in. I kind of want to push that Stug right now. So I'm going to ignore the 37, who's not really... I need to kill the 37 and help out that M4. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to auto-aim the T-37 and try to help out my buddy, and then drive forwards to get safe from the Stug. This guy's still alive. That's annoying. Maybe I'll get the kill right there. Yeah, we do. And now we have to look for the KV-85. I know there's a GW Panther in this area, but he's going to be focusing me down. So if I were to drive around this corner right here, the GW Panther would probably get me killed. And I'm okay taking a hit from this guy if I can. What's his reload? Probably something ridiculous. I think it's 7 seconds. There you go, GW Panther. So I didn't want to get lit by that guy. Now that I know he's not looking at me, I'm fine to put shots into him. Someone else gets the kill. We've got 5. We're going to look for this 1. Get the top gun, please. There we go, and that's the top gun. All right. God damn, that was a quick game. All right, so that was a Top Gun Mastery Badge 2nd class. We ended up getting 1670 damage, 6 kills, 1000 base XP, 37k credits. Another one of those games where I played, I mean, how do I say? It was a raffle stomp, right? But at the same time, those are actual examples. I literally just played 2 games. And those are real life examples of what's going to happen. You're going to see more videos like this in the future where I just do live gameplay because I really enjoy it. And over time, you should see me deal with pretty much every type of circumstance that a light tank driver will be put into. So these are my tips for dealing with scouts on unscoutable maps. And yeah, we're going to call the video here. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.